So there's been basically a media blackout here on the devastating effects of unvetted, unchecked, predominantly Muslim immigration in European nations, especially Sweden, which has been immigrating a large amount of Muslim and other immigrants for a solid decade now. Sweden is pretty close to a failed state. Seems civil war is almost inevitable in Sweden at this point. We have 55 no-go zones. You have Sweden as the rape capital of the world. You have criminality, unspeakable, unthinkable levels of criminality in a once one of the richest, which was once one of the richest nations, most prosperous, peaceful nations in the world, has now turned into a hellhole, a literal hellhole. So Angela Merkel in Germany and the brilliant minds in the EU decided, hey, let's take this model for for prosperity and place it over all of the European nations. And so you had massive migration, predominantly Muslim, predominantly war-torn countries, into Germany, France, and this is the end result. So the media has basically blacked this out, of course. The only place you can get this stuff is on YouTube or on the alternative media, maybe RT. And you have Muslim rioters now, I think 9 or 10 days straight now, have basically taken over the city. And they're just having their way with property, people, looting, throwing rocks through windows, stealing cars, beating people up. I saw reports of them catching police on fire. Of course, there are videos of police trying to contain these rioters. To no avail. I mean, look at it. It's hundreds of people. It's hundreds of people. It's like an army. And it's like, the reason this isn't being reported is really simple. If people saw this, they saw the possible danger or imminent danger of laissez-faire immigration, if you will, they wouldn't support it, and you could no longer call Donald Trump a racist and a xenophobic and a bigot and all this garbage. It wouldn't work because the reality of the situation would be right in front of you. Look at this. This is reality. You can debate philosophy in a congressional hall all you want or wherever. This is reality right here. Look at reality. Europe, as I've been saying now for quite some time, Europe will be in civil wars. We will have civil war in Europe. Probably going to be France, Germany, Sweden. Those are going to be your top candidates. Certainly within the next 20 years. I actually think it'll be within 10 years. You're going to see civil wars erupting in Europe. And you're going to see rises of hard right regimes to take on these basically hard right Muslim immigrants. And you're going to have a clash of civilizations. As always happens when large Muslim populations come into Europe. This is a replay of history. This is old news here, guys. So again, you can't trust your media. Look what your media is not reporting. Look what they're blacking out. This is reality for Europe, and this is Paris, France.